Hi and welcome. Today I have a art card for my small ring journal. That size is 3.5 by 5, and I'm gonna start with some Bristol smooth paper. You can do this any size you want though, just because I do it that size. You can do a tag, whatever. Um, and this is a stamp from, I think it's from, I don't know, I'll have to leave it. I'm almost thinking it's the Obscure. It's got a little skull on it. I can't remember. But it's Tim Holtz, Stampers Anonymous. And I'm stamping a couple times with my Versamark embossing stamp pad. And I'm going to add some embossing glaze. And I'm doing the colors. Let's see. I can't remember what I did. Seedless preserves. That's that one. And then I think it's lumberjack plaid. Let me check. Yes, lumberjack plaid. And I'm using my little spoon. If you guys wonder where that spoon comes from, it's really handy. But when we go get oh gosh, I had a blank again. It's not yogurt. It's the Italian version. And I'm just blanking on it. But I use that to do a few things. I actually have a few of them, so they're very handy sometimes. So I kind of mixed up my colors there. And as I'm dumping, I noticed there was a little bit of red that went into my seedless preserves, but oh well. Okay, so now I'm going to emboss them. And it doesn't take long at all, but I did cut some of it out just to save some time. And above the flowers, I'm going to stamp this text stamp. Papillon, I think, is what the name of the stamp set is, but I'll have them listed in the description. I have a few and I can't remember all their names. And I'm going to emboss that in white. So I'm kind of hoping it turns out, but I'm willing to kind of experiment. I do like to experiment. And the white is actually white, not clear and giving just the background. I guess you could do that on this. Since you're going on white, I could have done clear because that would just keep the white background. But I'll have to do an experiment someday to see if clear and white ends up being the same brightness. That's a good experiment to try. So I'm embossing it with my heat tool. And now I'm going to add some inks. I'm going to add a bunch of blues. I'm going to start light in the center and work my way out to dark. So my lightest I'm going to do is speckled egg. And I really think I need to order a re-inker for my speckled egg because it just isn't producing much ink. And I just placed an order, so I totally forgot about it. So it'll have to go on the next one. It does come out. It just, and maybe I'm just thinking it should be darker, but speckled egg's pretty light, so it might be fine. And then Stormy Sky. I'm bringing it all the way down to the bottom. I didn't put the light area at the bottom because I want that to be like it's in the shadows. And next is Faded Jeans. Now these are just my colors of blue. I know there are other colors. I actually got another one coming to me from my last order, but I can't remember what it was called. But but I'm just building up to darker. And my darkest one is Uncharted Mariner. So I'm kind of staying up in the sky area. I'm trying to stay closer to the edges. I don't want the Uncharted Mariner coming in too far up top. But on the bottom, I'm gonna put a lot more on. I actually come back with more. Just adding a little more speckled egg in the top just to kind of bring a little more lightness in the middle. And I'm going to add a little bit of vintage photo. Was that vintage? That might have been. That looks awfully dark. I bet you that's walnut stain. I didn't get a good look at the lid. You know, I do these voiceovers. Sometimes I can manage it in the same day, but usually it's 2 or 3. Yeah, it was walnut stain. 2 or 3 days later, so I often forget all the colors I used. And I didn't like how open the area was on the bottom, so I thought I would try stamping this stamp from Stampers Anonymous. It's a great stamp because it has one half of it is one leaf and then another half of it is a whole nother leaf. So you really get 2 stamps. Well, I can't say 2 stamps. I'm sure you're paying for 2, but anyways, it's a really nice stamp. So I've stamped. I'm coming back with some Faded Jeans, but I think I'm using my Uncharted Mariner blending tool. I think I grabbed the Uncharted Mariner. I do come back in with Uncharted Mariner just to make it a little bit darker. And it does darken the ink areas too. The leaf ones I just did kind of enhances them a little bit. But I keep trying to work it so I like that stamped area, but I end up, as you've seen in the pictures, kind of covering that up, but you can still see some of it in the back, which I think adds to it. I don't know, I think it turned out pretty good. So the stamp I had has the very tops of some of the tips are like little flower heads, so I'm just adding white dots to the flower heads with my Posca Paint Pen in white. It's the fine tip. I think every mixed media player around, I tend to not say artist because we're just playing. I mean, it's fun. Needs a white Posca paint pen, a gold Posca paint pen, and even black. I don't use that as much, but I do use it. Those 3 for sure. I have lots of colors, but those 3 for sure. And silver too. You could use silver. I don't use that as much either, but I use the gold and the white the most. So I'm gonna have a couple butterflies in the sky, and so I'm just going through my butterfly stash. I want something that's gonna go good in the sky, and keeping the blues in mind and the purples in the bottom. I decide on these two. I'm gonna put some vintage photo on their wings a little bit just to get rid of the white edge. And I'm trying to just think of what's coming next. I'm going to add some collage at the bottom. When I glue on my butterflies, I give them a little bit of a bend, and I typically only glue the body portion of the butterfly. So that it does kind of look like they're flying away. So here I'm still not liking the bottom, so I start to add a little bit of collage at the bottom, and everything I add here is digital downloads. I'll have them linked in the description. Adding this blue strip, it's a digital part of a digital download, and it matches really well. I don't know if you're hearing extra noise today. I am recording this on a Saturday, and so my husband is home and he's roaming around doing stuff around the house. So, but I wanted to get this done. So if you hear extra noises, that's what it is. And my favorite number digital file, which I had to cut a bunch more out because I was running so low. And a butterfly down at the bottom. I kind of wanted him to just kind of be hiding down there in the weeds. Okay, so what you didn't see here is I thought I recorded it, but I couldn't find it. I didn't like what I was seeing at the bottom, so I cut out these two flowers, digital flowers, put them down there, and also put a Tim Holtz number strip down there. And it just, to me, made it so much better. I just was not liking it. I put it them so you could still see the tips of the purple embossed flower stamp. So you can kind of see that coming up there. But I had to fix it. It wasn't liking it. And I think that's what happens in mixed media. You do things, and if you don't like it, you cover it up, or I don't often throw things out, or not. I'll put it in my scrap bin sometimes, but very rarely. Usually I'll try to fix it, cover things up. I don't know. So I'm adding a couple more little digital download pieces here at the side. And one I'm going to intentionally leave sticking out, and just to kind of give it a little bit of something coming out the side. But I'll have those flowers also listed in the description. But I think they saved it. Touching up my edges with vintage photo. And the last thing I'm going to do is add my little eyelet for, this is for my ring journal, so that's going to go up there. If you are a new watcher and haven't subscribed yet, please do. I invite you to do that. If you like this piece, please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate that too. And other than that, I hope you have an awesome day. I do have some final pictures coming up, so enjoy those. And I'll see you next time.